In this lesson, we're going to talk about the data flow. A data flow can be used to transfer data. It uses sources and destinations. It can transform data. And you can create multiple data flows in a package. Here in Visual Studio, I'm going to drag over a data flow from the toolbox and drop it in our package. I'll right-click on it and go to Edit. And you'll notice that we don't get the normal editor screen like we do with most of the tasks inside of the control flow. Instead, we've actually gone over to the Data Flow tab, which you can see here at the top. I'll go back to Control Flow. I'm going to right-click and delete to get rid of the data flow that I created. Now I'm going to click on the Data Flow tab. And you'll notice now we have a blue link in the middle. It says no data flow tasks have been added to this package. Click here to add a new data flow task. So I'll click there. And we get the same editor we just saw a moment ago. Go back to the control flow, and you can see a data flow task has been created in the control flow for us. So there are two ways to create the data flow. Once you've created a data flow, click on the Data Flow tab. You'll notice that there's a drop-down menu at the top. I only have one data flow in this package right now, so it's only showing that one. I'll go back to the control flow. I'll drag out a couple more data flows. You'll notice I get Data Flow Task, Data Flow Task 1, Data Flow Task 2. And now when I go to the Data Flow tab, and you'll see those here. And I can select which data flow I need to edit from this drop-down menu. I'm going to go back to the control flow. I'm going to highlight two of those and get rid of them. We'll go back to the Data Flow tab. This takes us to the one data flow we have on the package now. On the left-hand side, you'll see we have a new toolbox. Now in this toolbox, we have data flow sources here in the top section. And below that, we have transformations. And then even further down, you'll see we have destinations. I'm going to scroll back up to the top, and I'm going to drag over a flat file source. You can right-click and go to Edit, and you'll see a flat file connection manager here. I can select any flat files that exist in my connection manager. In this case, I don't have any flat files, so I don't show any inside my connection manager here. This can be used as a source. Below we have lots of transformations. We could send this source through a transformation. For example, we could do a conditional split to split the data. And then we have destinations. And I could send that flat file to an OLEDB destination or an Excel destination. And these components connect, similar to the ones in the control flow. You'll see from the bottom we get some precedence constraints here. These aren't actually precedence constraints though. They're actually data flow connectors. The green indicates good data and the red indicates bad data. These tasks will be covered in more depth in a later chapter. In the Try It section, we're going to create a data flow. We're going to set up a source and a destination, and we're going to transfer data from a source to a destination. I've already created a package and called it Lesson 13. I'm going to drag out a data flow task, and we can right-click and go to Edit. For my source, I'm going to use an OLEDB source. I'm going to right-click, go to Edit, and in the OLEDB Connection Manager, you'll see I have no connections here. I'll hit Cancel, select New. Here I see the AdventureWorks 2008 connection that I want. If you don't see this connection, you can click New, and you can create the connection by putting in the server name and the database name. I'm going to click the drop-down menu and select a table from the drop-down menu. I'm going to select the production.product table. Click on the columns, and there are the columns that I'm pulling from that table. Click OK. Now I'm going to drag over a flat file destination. I'm going to drag the green line from my source to my flat file destination. I'll right click, go to Edit. Notice I don't have any flat file connections. in my drop down menu, so I'm going to click New. I'm going to select Delimited, and in the Flat File Connection Manager editor, I'm going to create a flat file connection that will be used as my destination in this data flow. I'm going to call this AW Product Extracts. I'm going to click on Browse, and I'm going to create a file directly on my C drive, and I'll just call this file AW products.txt. Click Open. You'll see I have the file name now. I'm going to click on the columns. You'll see that I have the column names. Those are coming from my OLEDB source. I'll click OK. Click on Mappings. You can see my mappings are all correct. So that all the columns from the table will go to the correct columns in my flat file destination. Click OK. And now when I click the green button to debug it, it should pull all the data from that table and place it in a flat file. There are 504 rows, as you can see, that were passed to that flat file destination. So I'll go to Start, click on my computer, go to the C drive, and we should see, there it is, awproducts.txt. I'll go ahead and open that up, and you can see the data is inside of there, and it's comma delimited. In this lesson, we talked about the data flow. We showed that it can be used to transfer data, it uses sources and destinations, you can use it to transform data, and you can create multiple data flows in a package.